The music box had been silent for 7 years. It was an ornate mahogany piece, carved with dancing reindeer and dusted with a faint patina of sorrow. For Mrs. Gable, it wasn't just wood and gears. It was the last Christmas gift from her husband, and its silence was a heavy absence in her tiny cottage. 12-year-old Finn, armed with a multi-tool and boundless optimism, had promised to fix it. "By Christmas Eve, Mrs. Gable, I promise," he'd declared 2 weeks ago, his small hand shaking hers firmly. He was a natural tinkerer, but the clockwork mechanism was far more delicate and complex than any bicycle chain or radio he'd repaired. The mainspring had rusted tight, and a microscopic brass cog had vanished entirely. Finn spent days sketching, researching old clock diagrams, and scouring his grandfather's workshop for a spare. By December 24th, a blizzard had choked the small mountain town, burying the windows in snow. Finn, alone in his workshop, stared at the impossible gap in the mechanism. He had failed. His promise now felt like a heavy, cold weight. He looked at the small piece of brass scrap he'd salvaged, a jagged sliver left over from an old compass. It was too soft, too thin, but it was all he had. Shaking off his self-doubt, Finn carefully began filing. Hours melted away as he painstakingly shaped the metal, his breath fogging the workspace, guided only by the dim glow of a desk lamp. The final piece was imperfect, a rough, hand-cut miracle, but it fit. With fingers numb from the cold, he wound the repaired spring, installed the cog, and held his breath. A soft, hesitant tink, then a cascade of pure, clear notes. The melody was Wishes and Joy, the song that had played when Mrs. Gable's husband first gave her the gift 50 years ago. It was 11:45 p.m. The snow had eased to a gentle flurry. Finn wrapped the box in a scarf, pulled on his boots, and fought his way through the drifts to Mrs. Gable's house. He knocked, the sound muffled by the wood. Mrs. Gable opened the door. Her eyes widened in surprise and then softened with worry. "Finn, dear, you shouldn't be out in this." He offered her the music box. "A promise kept, Mrs. Gable." She gently unwrapped it and placed it on the mantel. When she lifted the lid, the melody filled the quiet room, sounding ancient and brand new all at once. Tears traced clean paths down her cheeks, but her smile was the brightest light Finn had ever seen. The town church bells began to chime the midnight hour, announcing Christmas Day. As the music played, Finn realized that the greatest gift wasn't the sound of the song, but the warmth of keeping a promise made in good faith.